Good morning. Welcome to this edition of the Lynn Hayes Freeland Show. You know what? There are just some weeks on the show we're going to have some fun. And that's exactly what's happening this morning on the show. A little bit later, we are getting ready for the Martin Luther King Jr. recognition. It's coming up in just over a week. There's a big event coming up. It's called Let Freedom Sing. I've been a part of the event for the last couple of years. I am happy to be included in it. Again, this year, we're going to give you a sneak preview. But we begin today with a celebration, 7-year celebration of all things, the movie scene queen. And guess who's here? The movie scene queen. Mercedes Williams joins us today. Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's like 7 years?
Yeah, I was here for my first anniversary, sitting right here on this couch.
Wow.
I know the couch was a little different.
I was going to say different couch, yeah.
But I was here for my second anniversary, and that was in 2014. And so now we're all the way to our 7th year.
So look back. I mean, so I like to assume that everybody in the listening audience knows exactly who the movie scenes queen is.
Yes, I hope so.
But just in case, new viewer, just new to the city, tell them who you are.
So Movie Scene Queen is it started out as an interactive mommy's blog, and this now has transformed into community service, philanthropy, but most of all still celebrating entertainment and movies and concerts in Pittsburgh. So basically our biggest to do with Movie Scene Queen is we give out free movie tickets. Basically I partner with movie production companies all over the world, Paramount, Disney, Sony, Warner Brothers, Marvel, and we host screenings probably 2 to 3 times a week. People can come on the website, join and subscribe, and I give them movie tickets.
Now, did this stem from an innate love of movies for you?
So yes, it did. I've always loved movies, always been curious about how they're made, always curious about what they look like, how they get from the beginning stages. But also I was seeing how there was a lot of production coming to Pittsburgh. A lot of people were making movies here. So as a result, I wanted to get a little bit more involved, but I also wanted to steer clear of being involved like with production and like acting and all that. But I really love writing. So I said, I'll just start reviewing films. And once I got a press pass and once I was able to get access, I was all like, you know what? I want people to be able to enjoy the movies with me.
So a couple years ago, you and I did, I want to say a whole show, but I'm not sure if it was a whole show or a couple of segments, but we did a show on the controversy about what was then called the Oscars movies So White.
Yes, ma'am.
And it's kind of come full circle again because I have seen a growing controversy. Golden Globes last week, a week ago today.
Sunday.
No people of color won in the Golden Globes.
So the Golden Globes last year was very diverse. And see, what happened is when we talk about equity versus equal, those are 2 different things. And we talk about inclusion and diversity and things being equal and everybody being accepted, you also have to talk about the Black people that are in the film realms as well. They went so quickly. The second everybody said, oh, the Golden Globes were so white, they're like, no, the first Asian American, Awkwafina, won a Golden Globe. Okay, not to say who cares, but there were so many African Americans that could have been put on that stage, that platform, and they weren't. For example, Netflix, when they see us, had no nominations.
No nominations,
Not one nomination in the Golden Globes.
Right.
That's very upsetting, and it also makes you think about what's happening when we're talking about film and movies on a big stage like the Golden Globes.
Right. So it's almost like that next year, it was almost like, okay, well, let's make a big deal about this, but then we're going to go right back.
And exactly. We took 1 step forward last year, and now we took like 40 steps back. The only thing they ever mentioned was the actress from Harriet who was nominated. She didn't win. And then they talked about Eddie Murphy and Dolomite. That was it. I was just all like, there were so many good things that happened in 2019 that could have been recognized, and they were completely just ignored. Ignored,
indeed. All right. But in the meantime, Movie Scene Queen has been growing by leaps and bounds.
Yes,
And you have branched out from movies to community service. You have an amazing project that supports parenting.
Yes, so it actually stems from a project that started with Heather Hobson called Single Mom Defined. And once I seen her project and I was a part of it, I'm no longer a single mother, but I was a single mother for almost a decade. So I know what it means to be robbing Peter to pay Paul, or sometimes deciding on a weekend we not might be able to afford to go to the movie. So we're going to go to the park instead or go get ice cream instead. So what I'm doing with the Movie Scene Queen Single Parent Project is single parent homes, foster families, and families of incarcerated parents. All you do is reach out to me, tell me the number of adults, tell me the number of kids. We pay for transportation, we give you free tickets to the movies, and we pay for your concession stands. And that's all at no cost to the families. I just wanted to keep with the theme. If Movie Scene Queen tickets are already free, I also want to be able to extend that opportunity to families who might not be able to go to the movies.
And point of fact, people don't realize what a big deal that is to be able to take your kids to the movies.
Yep. And here's the thing. Say, for example, if I'm on a bus, I currently have 3 kids. If I'm on a bus and I take all 3 of my kids to the movies, we're talking about anywhere between $50 at the bare minimum of cost to $150 just to be able to take those 3 kids to the movies. That's tickets, popcorn, pop, sitting down, the gas, the bus fare, the Uber, whatever it is. It's very expensive to go to the movies, and I don't want that type of luxury to not be afforded to all families.
Indeed. We got to take a commercial break because we also have to talk about now you're involved in a very special effort that's going to raise money for that project as well, which is actually kind of funny. We'll talk about that and so much more when the Lynn Hayes Freeland Show continues, so don't go away.